Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Devvon in raw form, and welcome to another Help Me Devvon raw tutorial. And today, in this Help Me Devvon tutorial, I'll be showing you guys a basic understanding of a delay. I've scoured the internet, and I've actually searched for this topic and realized that I think this is something that gets overlooked a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a super fundamental understanding and maybe a few tidbits of some extra things that you may or may not have known about a delay. After watching this video, I guarantee you will be able to understand the delay and work with other delays for your music or for whatever purpose that you're looking for. Now, I'm going to ask you guys to comment, like, and subscribe to support this channel. And also make sure you visit helpmedevvon.com at any time during this video to get some of our presets, vocal chains. I'll leave a link in the description below for all of those things. And let's get on with the tutorial. Okay. So the delay of choice that I'm going to use today for the purpose of this tutorial is an Echo Boy analog echo processor. Now, this is one of my favorite delays. What I mostly can say about it is it's one of my favorite analog sounding delays. They sound warm. I like the separation, the depth on them. I'll get into that, but just know that at the end of the day, don't be discouraged by if you just have a different type of delay. A lot of these delays have very similar parameters, and that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on the parameters that you're accustomed to seeing, those knobs that say feedback and mix. I'm going to explain to you what they mean and how to go about it and how to use your delay. So don't get discouraged by me using the Echo Boy. All right. Bring up your own delay. Okay, cool. So this is the delay. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is this. I'm going to use a send to send this vocal to my delay, which is right here. So I'm going to use my send to make this separate track. And as you can see, it says delay. This is my send track. And this is what is being sent, this copy of the vocal, which is right here, this right here. So that's my routing as far as everything is concerned. If you need a tutorial on routing, I'll put a link in the description below for that as well. Okay, cool. So the first knob I want to put you guys onto is probably the most important one, and that is the echo time. And what you'll see me do is you'll see me cycle through some times. So you'll see me cycle from, let's say, half note to fourth note to eighth note to 16th to 32th to 64th. Basically, what this is doing is it's giving you the echo time or the note delay of the BPM. So for instance, our song is 92 BPM, as you can see right here. It's 92 BPM. So basically what this echo time is setting itself to is saying, hey, I am going to set myself to the eighth note of this BPM. Or if I click this, I'm going to set myself to the 16th note of this BPM. What does this mean? I'll show you. Let's set it to the eighth note of this BPM. And now listen to what it sounds like. That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. So you hear that delay. That delay is what is a direct correlation between that note that we chose and the delay. So I'm going to cycle through all of these different notes and get an idea of how it sounds. I'm going to cycle through a bunch of these echo times, and so you can get an idea of what each one kind of does. Check this out. So let's start at the half, and then we'll go all the way to the 64th. That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. And you can call me crazy, but I don't want to know. That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. And you can call me crazy, but I don't wanna know. Each delay has its own different sonic characteristic that you can literally use in your music. For some of the delays, you get the slap delay, which is the more tighter notes, where it feels vintage. It feels like the old rock and roll kind of style of sound. There's different ways that you can use these notes or echo times to accomplish different things, not just the usual of what you actually just using it as a typical kind of quarter note delay. There's a lot of different sonic characteristics that if you experiment with, you'll find that out. So that's the echo time. The echo time allows you to change the timing of the repetition or the delay that occurs from the actual vocal or sound source. Okay? So echo time is important. Changing this is everything. Next thing we have over here is the feedback knob. Now, a lot of you may see the feedback knob on a lot of your delays. What is the feedback knob? The feedback knob ultimately just says how many times do you want to repeat that echo. So if I say, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't. The feedback knob will depict how long that happens for or how many of those repetitions occur until it fades out. So if I have a short feedback, basically it sounds like this. I don't. I don't. And if I have a long feedback, it sounds like this. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. Now, don't laugh at me, but that's a really easy way to kind of get you to understand feedback. It tells you or lets you tell the delay how many repetitions of that vocal or echo, of that sound do you actually want in the sound. Let's take a look and let's hear what it sounds like. So I'm going to take the feedback from minimum and then I'm going to crank it to a more higher setting. That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. And you can call. So you can hear that the more feedback there is, the more repetitions of the vocal or sound source there are. Pretty simple. You decide when you want that delay to kind of dissipate and get out the way. Okay, so that's our feedback. Next thing I'm going to show you is mix. Now for me, I'm really big on my mix knob being all the way to the wet setting. What is the difference between wet and dry? Basically, this is the plugin saying, well, how much of this effect do you want to actually be on the output? When it comes to me sending and using the routing this way, I like it to be on the fully wet side because I am already determining how much of the dry signal I want to come into the plugin through the aux send. Pay attention to this. Through this aux send right here, I'm already saying, hey, this is how much of my dry signal I want to enter this right here as far as this plugin. So that's why I like to just typically put it to the wet setting. Granted, you could do whatever you want, but this is what the wet setting and dry setting does. If I have it to the dry setting, it will give me more of the dry original signal. If I put it to the wet setting, it'll give me more of the actual affected signal. Simple, got me. Rule of thumb for me, I like to put it all the way to the wet side when it comes to me doing it as a send and an aux because I want the affected signal because I'm already deciding how much of the dry signal I want to come into this actual plugin to give me a wet signal. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Next thing I'm going to show you is these right here, this low cut and this high cut knob. Now, what is the low cut and high knob? Now, basically, it sounds like what it is. What it's going to allow you to do is basically like two filters. It's basically a low pass, or a low pass and a high pass. So it's a high cut and a low cut. Let's just put it in much simpler terms. There's a high cut and there's a low cut. The low cut, as you turn the knob, it'll start to roll off low end. For the high cut, as you turn the knob, it'll start to roll off high end. This is very important. This is very powerful because a lot of times, personally for me, when it comes to my delays, sometimes I like a more lo-fi sound, or maybe I want the delay to sound more airy and bright. Thus, I would roll off a lot of the low end so that all that high end just kind of lifts. You can kind of create the texture and sound of your delay by doing this, and this is why this is really powerful, and you should know how to do this when it comes to it, when you see these low cut and high cut knobs, frequency manipulation wise in your delays. So let's see what it sounds like when I use the low cut. That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. So you can hear when I put the low cut knob up, you notice that the vocal or the delay sounds a little bit brighter. So it sounds a little bit more pushed up. It puts itself in a different sonic place. So if I do it the other way, let's put this back and let's try the high cut. What does the high cut sound like? That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. So it feels more hidden, it feels more tucked, it feels more lo-fi, it feels warm, and this can be something that you might be going for in the mix. So when you use these in combination with each other between the low cut and the high cut, then you can really determine the sonics of the actual delay sound, and this is very powerful. Now, granted, an advanced tip for you is you can actually take an EQ, put it right after your delay plugin, and you can really do some really funky stuff if you put an EQ right after your delay, which that will feed the EQ, and you can determine if you want more 2K out of your delay, more 100. You can do all kinds of funky things, so keep that in mind. But a lot of these delay plugins have a built-in feature where you can kind of do some short-term dialing in, so keep that in mind. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is this. I'm going to show you this thing that says single echo, dual echo, and ping pong. I really won't go into rhythm echo because it's a little bit more of an advanced feature. So I'm just going to teach you the basics that I see on more plugins for the most part. So single echo. Single echo, all it does is it's basically saying, hey, I'm a stereo delay. How do you want me to come out of these speakers? I'm just going to come out the speakers straight up how it is. I'm just going to be a delay, and I'm going to come out my left and right speakers equally how I am. That's exactly what the single delay is, that the single echo is. It's just a basic delay that's coming out stereo out of your speakers. This is the one that we typically see all the time coming out of our DAWs from a basic settings standpoint. The next one that's pretty cool, now we're getting to something funky, is the dual echo. Now, what does this dual echo do? If you look right here, you see it says echo 1, and then you see this other one says echo 2. So basically what it's doing is this echo 1 is the left side, this echo 2 is the right side. What it enables you to do is it allows you to do things like this. Hey, I want an eighth note delay in my left ear, and I want a quarter note delay in my right ear. Interesting. You may be saying why you would do this. You can do some really interesting space tricks with this type of delay style. So let me let you see what it sounds like. So let's set this to an eighth note delay on our right side and a fourth note delay on our left side. Listen close.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. And you can call me crazy, but I don't wanna know.
So it opens you up to some really interesting trickery, if that makes any sense, where you can have things feeling different, like it's moving around and shape it. This is a very stylistic thing that I implore you to kind of experiment and try out. This can work for pads. This can work for guitars. This can work for all kinds of different instruments, not just vocals. So I implore you just to kind of try things when it comes to this type of thing with the dual echo, allowing you to affect the left side different from how you're affecting the right side. Super interesting and super powerful. Okay, next one I'm going to show you is the ping pong delay. And what the ping pong delay is, it allows you to make the delay feel like it's bouncing from side to side. I can show you better than I can even explain to you. You'll totally understand this. Check this out. So this is the ping and this is the pong. Let's play around with this a little bit.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go. And you can call me crazy, but I don't wanna know. So if you cheating on me, please just let it go. No, please let it go.
So it's an interesting sound. You can literally feel the delay bouncing from left to right. And this can be really cool for a lot of different applications. When you want the delay to feel like it has some movement on it, you can probably use this. I've heard this on some Kendrick Lamar vocals. I've heard this on a few different rap styles where that delay is kind of ping-ponging and I can feel it moving from the left to right. It's an interesting way to use it and it's stylistic. I'm just trying to show you the different ways you can use a delay and kind of other stuff that you may not have dive deeper in. This is a really basic understanding, fundamental understanding of the whole thing. All right. The other thing I wanted to show you is this right here. So when it says tap tempo, all this is saying is, hey, if you, for instance, don't know the BPM of your song, but you're playing the song and you're saying to yourself, well, I can feel the beat, you can tap to tempo. What does that mean? If I take this off, if I take this right here and I tap this, so say for instance, the beat is boom, 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 boom. So boom, 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 boom. Let me take this off 1 second. So if I say boom, 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 So you see, as I'm tapping, it's kind of saying, oh, all right, I'm figuring out the BPM as you're tapping because you're tapping to a specific BPM. So you can use tap tempo if you don't have the BPM of your song already locked in, which I highly recommend. Always get the BPM of your song so you don't have to deal with this at all. When I hit the MIDI on, that's when it's just basically listening to the session. Other thing here, it says groove and feel. All this is, and I'm gonna put this as simple as possible and not make this mundane. All that the groove and feel does is it's basically keeping your delay in time. But say for instance, you're like, I feel like I want the delay to be a little bit more draggy or a little bit more rushed, or I just want it to kind of move just a little bit without changing the actual BPM of the song. So what you could do is you can come over here and you can decide if you want it to feel more drag or more rushed. And you could come over here to the groove and you can say, I want it to feel more shuffle or swing. Swing is interesting because swing allows things to feel a little bit more human-like, as far as it makes it kind of move in and out of that hard tempo that typically digital computers create. So check this out. So let's try the swing right quick. Let's try the swing function.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go.
So you see, it's still in time, but it just has a swing to it. It kind of feels like it's a little late or early. That's usually what a swing will do. A swing will make things feel late and early. But I guess you could say when it comes to this plugin, it does it in a more natural way. That's like, hey, I'm in time, but I'm a little late. I'm a little early. I'm human. And that effect can make things feel more real. And you can use this to taste. Granted, the same thing is occurring for the rush and dragging. This is exactly what it sounds like as far as what the words say. It's either it's going to feel rushed or drag if you move it. So let's try rushing.
That I've been through it, so I don't want to know. Said if you cheating on me, please just...
So it feels like it's rushing. It feels like it's jumping ahead, and the delay feels like it's earlier as far as how fast it's coming in. Now on dragging, what does dragging sound like?
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go.
So you can hear that it feels like it's kind of sitting back and hanging back in the actual mix. And that is basically, there's no other way to put that. It's rushing and dragging, and you can sometimes find these in other delay plugins as well. The last thing that I'll show you guys is this. This button over here, and this is not common with a lot of delays. This one says saturation, and this is very interesting. And what makes this really cool and why I like the Echo Boy so much is because I can come on over here to style, and I can choose the sound that I want as far as the style of the sound that I want. So right now I have it on studio tape, and it also allows for this right here as far as the EQ section, as far as what this style is being created in the form of. Now, I don't want to confuse you, and I don't want to make this any more unfundamental than I've decided to make this tutorial, but just for the moment, just understand that there are different sonic characters that you can dial in to the actual delay as far as the Echo Boy that makes it feel different. I'll explain. So if I add more saturation, you'll notice that I get more of this style effect here. So this is, so let's play with one. Let's try ambient. Let's try ambient. This is what ambient sounds like.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know. Said if you cheating on me, please just let it go.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also take this high cut off a little bit so we just can kind of get an idea of what it sounds like. So this is ambient again.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know.
So that's ambient. It has a quality to it. It has a certain quality to it. Let's try out master tape.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know.
Cool. That's master tape. Now let's try Echoplex.
That I've been through it, so I don't wanna know.
My point is, each one has a different sonic characteristic. Depending on the type of song you're doing or the style you're going for varies, and that's basically how you would generally pick this type of style as far as how it complements your song. So that's a fundamental tutorial on understanding a delay. It's a really, really simple tool in your DAWs and how you produce your music. But at the same time, it's so powerful in what it can do as far as creating slap delays, creating these long moments, and creating throws, which is a little bit more advanced. But understanding just the basics of these knobs is so important, and I hope that it helped. So that was my tutorial on a basic fundamental approach understanding of delays. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Also, you make sure you follow us at Help Me Devvon on Instagram. And head on over to helpmedevvon.com to get some of our presets, vocal chains, and templates to help support this channel. Also, and lastly, make sure you follow our Discord community, which is in the description below, so that you can actually join up with some other artists, engineers, and producers like yourself trading game and secrets. So I hope that was helpful. And until next time, you guys.